Long ago, in the little town of Bethlehem, a baby was born who would change the world forever. His name was Jesus. His mother, Mary, was a young woman chosen by God, and his earthly father, Joseph, was a humble carpenter. Because there was no room for them at the inn, Mary gave birth to Jesus in a simple stable and laid him in a manger. That night, shepherds were out in the fields watching over their sheep when angels appeared to them, singing and bringing good news that a Savior had been born. The shepherds hurried to Bethlehem and found the baby lying in a manger, just as the angels had said. Some time later, wise men came from the east, following a bright star that led them to the young child. They brought precious gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, honoring him as a king. But not everyone was happy about the child's birth. The local ruler, King Herod, was afraid that a new king had come, and he planned to kill the child. God warned Joseph in a dream to take Mary and Jesus and escape to Egypt. They stayed there until it was safe to return. When Herod died, they came back and settled in Nazareth, a quiet town in Galilee. Jesus grew up in Nazareth, helping his father Joseph as a carpenter and learning the ways of God. He was a kind and obedient child, full of wisdom and grace. When Jesus was 12 years old, his parents took him to Jerusalem for a great feast. After the celebration, they began their journey home, not realizing that Jesus had stayed behind. They found him 3 days later in the temple, talking with the teachers and amazing everyone with his understanding. When his mother asked why he had stayed, Jesus gently said that he was doing his Father's work. Then he returned home with them and continued to grow in wisdom and strength. Years passed, and Jesus grew into a man. One day, he went to be baptized by John, who was calling people to turn their hearts back to God. As Jesus came up from the water, the heavens opened, and the Spirit of God came down like a dove. A voice declared that he was God's beloved Son. After this, Jesus went into the wilderness for 40 days. There, he faced many temptations but did not give in to any of them. He remained faithful and strong. When he returned, he began to call his disciples, men who would walk with him, learn from him, and spread his message. He called fishermen, ordinary men, and told them that they would now become fishers of people. Not long after, Jesus attended a wedding in Cana of Galilee with his mother and his disciples. During the celebration, the wine ran out, and his mother told the servants to do whatever Jesus said. Jesus asked them to fill 6 large jars with water. When they poured it out, the water had turned into the finest wine anyone had ever tasted. This was the first miracle Jesus performed. It showed his divine power and marked the beginning of his public ministry. From that moment, his disciples believed even more deeply in him, and his journey of teaching, healing, and saving